My understanding is that this was originally like a mobile game called Age of Civilization, and it ended up getting its name changed over to Age of History. I saw that iSorrow Productions did a video on the predecessor, and it was a pretty rough looking game. But this is actually much better. As far as I know, it is a solo dev, Lukas Jaskowski. I assume that he is a Polish lad, so shout out Poland. The game is written in Java, to my understanding, which is definitely a choice. And the cool thing is that you can do bookmarks from Rise of Empire, which obviously would be, you know, Roman times, all the way through to the modern world. And I have a mod that adds a couple of extra ones, but I'm not going to be touching them. Mostly just a mod that adds flavor and whatnot. But of course, we're going to be checking out the 1440 start date, because why wouldn't we? You can see the map is it's actually quite detailed. When you zoom in, you can see the provinces. There's actually many more provinces than vanilla EU4. That's pretty dope. Clicking on a nation, you can see we've got Charles VII here. I don't actually know how accurate the rulers and the portraits are. I think a lot of the portraits are actually like AI generated, but you know, hey, if it's a single dev, I won't knock it too much. But you can see France has all their subjects, and when you hover over them, they light up. Poland over here has a couple of subjects as well. Lithuania's got lots of subjects. I don't know what that's all about. I think that's supposed to kind of show you know, kind of high autonomous subjects, which makes more sense than, you know, in vanilla EU4 where it's just like one giant piece of land and they control all of it. The Byzantines here are still holding on with John the ninth. Is 8th? So there you go. I think John is Jonas in Greek. And yeah, there's crazy amount of provinces. Like, look at Africa. These are all uncolonized provinces, and you can see borders are set up for, you know, modern day borders with a lot of the borders following sort of modern political boundaries. New World has the Incans, of course, the Mayans, the Aztecs, and all the you know, North American natives. And honestly, it runs really well. So shout out Java, I guess. We're gonna be going with spectator mode. That way we can load in, and you know, we'll be playing as neutral city state. I'm really curious how things will turn out. I did a couple of test runs just on speed 5, and some weird stuff happens, I'm not gonna lie. But the only way to find out is gonna be to turn it on up to speed 5 and unpause the game. And just look how fast that runs. That's insane. That's actual insanity. I do have a mod that's supposed to up the speed. But yeah, kind of nutty. We've already gone 4 years and it's been like 15 seconds. And you can see, if I load in here, you can see these guys are at war, right? We've got no general leading this battle here. Almost 100% sure that that sound is the battle sound from EU4. And I don't know if that's a mod, but that is 100% the battle sound. Either way, we've got Ferrara with Onesto Carmine running up against Edmund Aubrey here of Venice. So yeah, I definitely think that these names are not necessarily particularly accurate. We've got morale of armies. We do have dice rolls. We've got number of units. And you can see we have different types of units. So there is actually some granularity. We've got a lot of bowmen, 14,000, 16,000 bowmen. So even got some trebuchets here. So that's kind of dope. It's actually pretty dope. And if you want to, you can click over here and you can see like current wars, and you can click and you can see we've got Trent versus Venice here. And Venice has taken 33,000, almost 34,000 casualties, with 13,000 to Trent. So Enrico over here is actually doing pretty good. We've got 5 war weariness versus less than 1 for these guys. So yeah, you can see who's against who. We've got Ferrara and Genoa and Usora, or allies of Trent, I suppose. I'm not actually sure how to know who's who, but the UI, I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. If you look at the civilization ranking, you see the Ottoman Empire here with 4 million population, France with 2.3, and England with 4.3. We can actually sort by population, and the Ming, it says, only has 11 million. That doesn't sound right at all, but I could be wrong. Either way, we've got England, Ottomans, the Mamluks, the Hungarians with their capital Budapest. It even tells you their capital. This is cool. I actually like a lot of the UI stuff in this game. It tells you their religions. It tells you, like, the tooltips are fairly solid. You can dig into the tooltips and you can see what you're looking at here. You can click on these guys and it'll take you over to them. So yeah, the UI is serviceable. For a game that I think evolved from a mobile game, I certainly am willing to give this one a pass. This is kind of cool. It'll tell you how many wars are going on in the world, and you can click through them. You see Poland here is at war with Schleswig, apparently, and it looks like Denmark is backing those guys up, Denmark and Schleswig. So I assume that Poland is then in a war against, they've intervened on behalf of Denmark, I think? Yeah, okay. I'm starting to catch on to the UI here. But yeah, very much AI generated ruler portraits. I think this one looks like real though, and then this one doesn't. So it's really hard to tell. I know that's a super divisive topic. People get really fired up about AI art. Hey, welcome to a new age, the age of discovery. Very cool. We've got a war of ambitions with the Ottomans attacking the Byzantines here. Looks like the Ottomans are somehow losing because Wallachia and Athens have joined up on their side. It says that there's been no casualties though. And the Byzantines won, apparently. And they took land. They're now a major power, the 15th ranked civilization, with the Ottomans falling to the 4th. So that's a thing. Meanwhile, we have France attacking Foix over here with Andorra backing them up, and France is getting sieged down quite heavily as well. So I really don't know kind of what causes a lot of these things to change like that, but they're definitely fighting lots of battles, and it looks like France is definitely winning. The UI is not updating real time. You have to click through it there. Okay. Of course, we've got Timmy over here, and you can see their subjects light up in that light blue. So that's kind of cool. They've got some rivals surrounding them. Vassals in Fars and Transoxiana. We've got Iskandar Mirza, the 55th ranked great power. Oh, it even tells you their economy rank and then like a relative score. I don't really know how that works. 105 provinces. Oh, and you can see a breakdown of every single province. This is actually really nice. I like how much information you can find if you just know where to look for it. Of course, that's usually a bigger issue with strategy games like this, is finding the information you're looking for. Though the game does have pretty good reviews from what I saw. I had like almost 12,000 reviews on Steam, and it was like 90% positive. So yeah, our Polish friend here, he's making some money off this game. Actually emailed him to get a key, but I think that the Hoi 4 boys a couple of years ago burned him, and now he doesn't like content creators. So, you know, I pay him. I pitch him $10. It's fine. Only unbiased coverage here. I pay for my own products. And speaking of paying for products, I actually was looking into Worldbox. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think that game looks really cool. And the AI stuff in it, I mean, it kind of just is made for my channel. Obviously, I want to branch out from just Paradox titles, and you know, EU5 will be here before too long, I'm sure, but I don't have any more information other than what you guys have, so I don't know. I can't put all my eggs in one basket. But yeah, just look at this game. We're going like 1 year every like 5 seconds. It's crazy. 1475, we've got some colonies going on over here. You can see we've got 4 going to the British, and the French are down here. No, Micmac, that's those are natives. We'll go to modern day. I don't see why not. We do have the Golden Horde over here. I don't know how relevant they were in 1440. I mean, unless that's like the Great Horde in vanilla, which I think the Great Horde is the remnant of the Golden Horde in EU4. So maybe that's actually what that is, and I'm just overthinking it. Very weird to see the Ottomans fall to the Byzantines though. Especially with how big their army size is. Apparently they produce a lot of wool, cotton, wine, and fruit. You can see all their stuff here. Army income, manpower. Okay. Can even see civilization bonuses. Their regiment limit is 27 and the Byzantines is 23. So yeah, this thing doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. Maybe like the land you have should have more of an impact on how much many men you can land. This horde can raise 40,000 men, but this one can only raise 23. England can raise 41 and France can raise 32. So yeah, I don't know what really makes these numbers what they are. 40,000 in Hungary, though it probably has a lot to do with their population if I had to guess. Austria can do 58, but apparently alliances increase the amount of regiments you can raise. Okay, there's definitely a lot I need to learn about this title. If you've played this game and you have advice, just leave it in the comments. I'm absolutely willing to learn more about this game. Uh-oh, Timmy lost Transoxiana. Ming is still going strong over here. It's kind of nice too, the visuals. It kind of looks like Victoria 2 with that flat political map mode. I like this. Also, it looks like Oirat just annexed Mongolia, or whoever was over here, and Ming just annexed a bit of that. So we're definitely seeing quite a bit of border changes just like through the years. Mams are doing well over here. It looks like Castile's getting ganged up on by a couple of people. I think they popped out in Galicia, maybe. It's hard to keep track of who's in the New World because there's so many natives. Looks like Lithuania's subjects are starting to break free. Teutons over here doing their thing. They're independent. They have a Pomerelia as the subject. I don't know if the HRE is represented in any meaningful way. I don't know how it works. Looks like these guys have a lot of people who dislike them. Austria has a lot of people who do like them. But if there is Holy Roman Empire, here it is. Okay, so it's its own entity. Okay, Bohemia is the emperor, and okay, there's 21 million men in the HRE, or population. This is cool. And it says the next election, Bohemia is likely to win. Okay, with Austria in second place and Munster in third. Isn't Munster supposed to be a theocracy? They've even got reforms? Okay, this is way deeper than I thought it was. Unification. Oh, I love that. Imperial election reform. Okay, I think there's so much stuff in this game that is directly influenced by EU4. I mean, how could it not? EU4 is just such an absolutely mind-boggling game. Portugal snaking up over here, and then Aragon getting snaked by Castile. Poland getting beat up on, and Lithuania is as well. So yeah, we're gonna see some interesting borders by the time we're done with this. England has a couple of subjects in Normandy and Aquitaine, but that's really it. France seemingly has annexed some of their subjects, but they're also not doing really well with the 100 Years' War seemingly being over. Hey, Castile finally annexed Aragon. And it does look like the Ottomans took a bite out of the Byzantines, taking back some of the land that they lost to them a little bit ago. And then there's Ming, with their name down in Qingdao and Taiwan. That's pretty good. Seemingly full annexed Korea. So that's rip those guys. I don't know how things are looking over in Japan. They do have a shogunate as well. So it kind of looks like it's the local organization sort of thing, like how they represent them in Caesar. If you saw those dev diaries, you'd see that they have like extra governmental organizations that basically create like an extra sort of layer of politics. That seems to be kind of how they do this, which very cool if so. Oh, rip. Well, like 150 years late, but the Ottomans annexed Byzantines. Rip those guys. Back to the #1 great power with a 9 million population because they annexed Transylvania, and I think there was quite a bit of pops over there. Istanbul and Popovo over here with over 100,000, and this Dubrovnik as well. So yeah, wow, so cool. I really wonder how they represent all this, because I know Pops is the big one when it comes to performance, right? Like Victoria, that's the Pops are what completely screw that game up. At least that's my understanding. Keep our eyes on Brandenburg, major power, 29th rank, over 1 million men, 38 force limit, not bad. 73. Oh my gosh, Bohemia is spooky, and they have lots of grain. They're eating good. I just realized I've had my game sound turned off this whole time, so apologies. But this is what I was talking about with the battle sound earlier. That is 100% the battle sound from EU4. I know that sound. I have like 9,000 hours in EU4. I know the battle sound. Oh, rip. Hungary has lost some of their land to these guys over here. Interesting. Slovakia looking kind of sad. Oh yeah, we definitely have colonization, with England taking a ton of land over in Labrador and Newfoundland as well as over here, and pushing over into like whatever the other side of James Bay, I think this is, or Hudson Bay? James Bay. I actually forget. Anyways, it doesn't matter. They're over here, and the rest of this is all natives, actually. The natives are getting really big, like filling in most of the land. I think South America is almost exclusively native controlled, so yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, this is a native nation over here in Cuba too. So Castile ate Portugal. Pretty sure Portugal is literally gone. They're completely gone. Oh, apparently we have wonders. There's 95 of them in the world. Okay, is this like Malbert Castle? Okay, so a lot of these are also recognizable from Vanilla, Stonehenge, University of Oxford, Palace of Westminster. Okay, very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of them, lots of them. 95 is crazy. Oh, you've even got graphs for the economy. So it looks like the Ottomans have the best in the world, with England right behind them, and Ming and France and Castile. So all the colonizers / Ming / Ottomans, all neck and neck for economics. Poland doing well also. Very cool. So you can see they have like 2.5% of the world's GDP or whatever. And apparently the most economically proficient province in the world is Kale, which there you go. Very high tax efficiency. I wonder how that works. I don't really know. We can see religions. You've got Catholic, Sunni, animism, totemism, fetishism, and all of those. We do have Protestants, but there's only a couple of them. Keep in mind, we're in like the 1600s. So I don't know how the Reformation is shown. Yeah, aside from being zoomed in and checking these, I don't actually know if we have any other map modes. Obviously we've got resources. This is actually really cool. The trade goods, you know, you got cheese, clothes, copper, bronze, all these things. Very cool. I imagine that definitely has an impact on the economy of your nation, what trade goods you're producing. It even tells you how much of each good is produced in the world. Man, this is actually dope. I'm a fan. We're definitely seeing a failure to launch over here for Muscovy, though Perm, very big. A lot of this land is kind of dookie. Perm is only a 70th great power versus Muscovy's 21st, so yeah, and they actually just lost half their land. So yeah, Perm is dead. Muscovy maybe can pop off over here. That is a crazy flag, Orthodox Jesus. Oh, they're their subjects. Interesting. Okay, and they just annexed Belazero like instantly. So there you go. population is definitely going up quickly. We're 200 years in. Ming is over doubled. England over 11, and then over almost 11 for the Ottomans. So yeah, we're definitely seeing populations increase quite a bit. Hey, yo, what's going on over here? Denmark, the number 10 great power, just annexed like all of Brandenburg, annexed like half of northern Germany. I'm sure that didn't feel good, but having an ally of Poland is certainly helping them. England, Venice, and Hungary all hate them. I don't think that matters a whole lot. We're definitely seeing a lot of the smaller nations of the HRE consolidating into more kind of like regional powers. And it actually says that major power. And then you can see over here, we've got regional powers. And then if we go over here, you see we've got city states in Worms or Varms or however that is pronounced. We've got a proto Netherlands over here. Ottomans are very tame overall, very tame. And Giano, the Pope over here, is a subject of Tunis. Tunis actually has a lot of subjects here in Italy. So that's certainly something. Yeah, New World natives are going crazy. They're like really quickly filling in the New World. South America is exclusively natives. North America, outside of this Canadian region and like the UP of Michigan, it's literally just all native. Beaver. Shout out Beaver. Also, Ming has exploded, but don't worry, they still have a big name over here in Siberia. And we've got the Mahabaji Empire doing fine over here. And Australia is mostly this Tainui nation. That's cool. Mams are actually quite solid with lots of random lands over here in Africa. QQ looking good as well. 11 great power, man. But how about farce, brown farce, in the age of revolution? Oh, things are just like really heating up. This is cool. Desmond to annex the Scots. There you go. Population of the Ming collapsed, obviously, because they lost a ton of their land. You see England was 17. Lithuania has 14 million, almost 14 for the Ottomans, almost 13 for Denmark, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure even like modern day Sweden is like 12 million people or something crazy low like that. Compared to, you know, the place like, you know, my home state of Pennsylvania is like 12 million and that's like this big, right? So kind of nuts. So I'm not sure what prestige is. I think it's probably just kind of like an arbitrary score keeping thing just to make it nice and clean. You can say, oh yeah, they had a score victory. So yeah, it looks like we've got Hellenic, which obviously has nothing. Norse, Hussite, Atheism, Taoism, Jainism. None of these guys have any followers or at least no score. Protestant has gained a little bit of score, but I don't know where they would even be. And they're the only like Protestant branch. We've got Coptic and Orthodox, which are, you know, more closer to Catholic than Protestantism, at least doctrinally. I don't know. It's complicated, I know. But obviously the Catholics and the animists and the Sunnis run the world for the most part. Holy big Lithuania, Batman. He ate Poland. So this is the uncommon wealth, if you will. That friend in Denmark definitely has done them good. Yeah, colonization is just not really a thing. Also, look at these Taos borders. I like that a lot. But yeah, it's literally just like, it's all natives. Always has been. Hey, shout out Palawa. They're in EU4. Palawa, very cool. Also the Shogunate, not sure. It looks like it's kind of not really doing much. And I am curious how like late game changes. Like obviously in EU4 you have mechanics like absolutism and admin efficiency, things that give you the ability to expand much faster. So I'm curious how things will look in the late game here. Though it's so funny that the Pope has been subjugated by Tunis for like 200 years. That's that's definitely a thing. It's interesting seeing the Ottomans not really pushing much into Anatolia. Like Karaman and Crimea apparently ate this Kandar guy. So yeah, that's an interesting one. So here we go. We've got another big war against Austria and Onzabruck with Denmark and Lithuania. Though it looks like, yeah, it looks like these guys win very handedly. Don't really know what those ambition wars are all about. Oh, and here we go. A war of influence just started between Bohemia, Munich, and Denmark, and Austria and Carniola. So yeah, it looks like this is going, oh my gosh, so many people dying. What in the world? Holy smokes, these are big wars. In 1 year, 700,000 men died is insanity. I don't really know what the numbers were like in the Great Wars and the Great War and the Second World War, but I know that it's that's crazy. Oh, hello there. I think we had a large explosion go off somewhere. I don't know if that's a nuke or what that's supposed to be, but we had a big pop off happening. Yeah. Oh yeah. France and Austria versus Nevers and Burgundy. And we've got another war of dominance going on between Venice and Lithuania as well as Austria. So yeah, Austria's at war with everybody. That one ended very quickly. Yeah. They didn't stand a chance. And imagine that. They've lost a crazy amount of men. Oh my gosh. Oh, but the war with France and Austria is going well, with Burgundy losing like you know, a large number of people. I'm curious if like the population numbers are affected by the war. I'd be surprised if it didn't. Look at that, Arawak, the number 9 great power with Anna Regina over here. Number 4 is actually the Australian native, so there you go. Oh, and number 3 is African native. So we got a little bit of representation from every continent. Yeah, I keep hearing these explosion sounds, and I really don't know what is causing them. As far as I know, there's not really any pop-ups or anything. I'm not getting events or anything like that, but it looks like Austria is getting absolutely dumpstered by these guys. And yeah, I can't imagine Austria is doing very well. They're losing a lot of population. So I got to keep an eye on this. They've got 62 million. I'm curious how that'll look after a war where they lose like 300,000. Age of industrialization. Very cool. And we're now well past where we would go in a vanilla EU4. 1821 is when that game ends, if you didn't know. More explosions going off over here. It has to be a nuke, right? Like, are nukes just really present really early? I mean, obviously it's unreasonable, but like, look at that. Look how many men just died there. That's crazy. And the war has not been going on for a long time. The war's been going on for 8 months. You don't lose that many men that fast. That's interesting. Oh my gosh, look at these battles. It's crazy. They got fighter planes. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, I definitely think the technology has just evolved very quickly and very early. And it very well could be the mod that I'm using as well. That very well could be an issue. Yeah, look at the casualties, bro. Oh my gosh, 1 million men have died. Oh, that's crazy. And the Danes have annexed a bunch of land in the Low Countries as well. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. 22 million, number 2 population in the world. Shout out Denmark, man. Oh, big explosions going off again. Curious. Oh my gosh, I think these battles are actually just like insanity. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the numbers don't update in real time, so it is hard to keep track of how exactly populations are being affected. And Austria just got annexed by Bohemia. That's crazy. The HRE is now 13 civilizations, and most of them are actually like really small nations over here. Austria does still exist, but they're in like Bosnia. 75th great power. That's crazy. So we're definitely seeing a ton of consolidation. Definitely a ton of consolidation. Ain't no way, bro. Tunis annexed the Pope. Tunis annexed the Pope. I think we got a little bit of war going on over here. Loud explosions. Conflict for resources, huh? Liège and Provence versus Bohemia, Castile, and England. Yeah, I don't think you're going to win that one. But then this war of opportunity between Denmark and Venice and Muscovy, Lithuania, and Hungary. So that's a really big one. You can see that they are taking crazy heavy casualties there. And Denmark just took like a giant portion of Lithuania. Ooh, conflict for resources between QQ and Karaman, with the Ottomans helping out Karaman. So big occupations going on over here for QQ. So many casualties. Oh my gosh, 2 million. But despite that, Denmark has 36 million, 35.5 million, with 29 going to England and 21 going to the Mams, and almost 20.5 going to Bohemia. These numbers are so interesting. Age of imperialism. We are seeing quite a bit more colonization, with England taking lots of land from the coasts over here. But I think that's basically it. We're not really seeing any natives being displaced in the southern continent at all. Border dispute between Bohemia and Munich, with the Castile, Hungary, and Austria involved. I will say it's a little hard to see who all is on whose side, right? Like in EU4, people are going to be like red and green, but in here, everyone's just red. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Munich just got like annexed. Bohemia is definitely the big dog over here. That's for sure. So yes, it definitely seems like border changes are large and sweeping in the late game here. Man, Brittany, Milan, and England just taking massive L's over here as well. Over 1 million losses on their end. Campaign of Conquest. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Lithuania does not stand a chance. Oh no. Rip those guys. Interestingly enough, though, we're seeing Ryukyu dominate like Manchuria and Korea. So that's pretty good. Ming is also having a very solid comeback, with them in the north and Min in the south. So that's actually really cool to see. India is basically Bamanis and Sirhind up here, with this Bundelkhand in the north, and Bengal is doing fine. Ayutthaya very beefy over here, and Papua doing okay, though they look like a subject of this Taiuni. Yeah, those have to be nukes. That has to be nukes, bro. What am I looking at? It's 1889. They just dropped like 10 nukes on them. Oh my gosh. Yo, what? Bohemia, Castile, and England versus Savoy. Oh, this is not fair at all. France is in a couple of wars. Yeah, I think populations won't go up because people just keep killing each other. Oh yeah, England definitely cleaning up the borders over here on the east coast of America. Oh, Ottomans just got dumped on by Hungary. Okay. England is getting ganged up on really bad right here. Look at this. They're going to be full occupied. I imagine they're going to lose lots of land in this one. Yakuts in a New World native, apparently. I think this is the one I was looking for, though. Bohemia has lost 1.4 million. They've lost 1 million. Their war wariness has to be going up. They're like full occupied over here on the Isle. They're taking it back slowly. That's insane. That is insane. This is Great War right here. This is definitely the Great War. Oh no, Bristol got nuked. City is gone. Bristol. Oh my gosh. So Bohemia just got absolutely, oh, what in the world did I just witness, bro? Okay, so England annexed a huge chunk of Bohemia, instantly got ganked, and spit out so many nations. England basically just controls London and Crawley here, as well as like this Cheltenham or whatever. And that's it. They lost a ton of their New World possessions to natives as well. Was not expecting that. That is crazy. The age of conflict, apparently. I think we've gotten there already. Also, I know that this is Mercia. I always want to pronounce it America, but I know the I and the C. Yeah, I know. But it's funny if you call it this one, you know, America. We got country renaming and color picking before we got EU5, lads. Age of brinkmanship now. I don't even know what brinkmanship is. I won't lie about it. Yeah, I'm just watching. You just keep having these little, like, everything picks red for like a month and then it stops because Denmark goes in and annexes them in about a quarter of a second. Lots of explosions going off. I really don't know what exactly causes each thing. Like, see, these little blips of explosions. But yeah, might just be battles or something. Oh, QQ. Okay, they got split between Fars and the Ottomans. Finally, the Ottomans pushing over into Caucasia. About the Mamluks over here conquering basically all of Africa. That's definitely something. Now that we're in the age of information, we're gonna probably see things wrapping up here pretty quickly here. We're into the mid 90s. Wales has annexed Cornwalls and part of whatever this region is called. France has had a bit of a comeback actually, but still incredibly messy in this area. Though obviously England and like southern Germany are the most messy. Does look like Japan finally united minus Ainu, and Hakatakayama over here is the victorious party. And here we go, April of 2025. I'm gonna let this one finish up here, see what happens with it, and there you go, Muscovy was eaten. So now we're actually in 2026. You can see the world looks quite a bit different than it does in our timeline, with the Mams actually conquering basically all of Africa, so African power and all that. Denmark being the major power in Europe. Funnily enough, nobody controls Greenland. We've got a couple of the hordes, Kazan, Uzbek, and this is Dali over here from southern China, as well as Ming taking up the majority of the land in Asia, with Min and Ayutthaya the big dogs over here, and Bundelkhand over here, the dominant power. Looks like they full annexed Baumanis, which is pretty cool. These Tainui guys held on to down under, and the New World is basically all natives. It's literally all Shoshone is over here. Beaver. England has some land, but they lost a ton in that big war over there. Their population is reduced to 12 million. It was like 20 some last I looked. And the Mams actually have the most population in the world by quite a bit, with almost 140, with 91 going to Denmark. Arawak in the New World, South America, going to 57. 44 for France, 40 for Hungary. Very cool to see them in the top powers. Hatakayama with 36 almost. Shoshone, another New World native over there, with 34, and Bundelkhand in India with 34, though the Ottomans have a very respectable 33.5. So that's pretty cool. Venice in northern Italy, Ayutthaya. I could keep going on. Best economy in the world goes to the Mams, as well as Denmark and Arawak. I imagine population is very closely tied to that. And ranking is pretty similar as well. I think prestige is what determines ranking. Looking at the population map mode, you can see kind of where the high population centers are. Like, you see this, we've got a couple like this. How is there 250,000 people living over here? That's absolutely ridiculous. 200,000 people living up here? No, incorrect. But obviously you can see that like this place has only 36,000. This place has 10 times more. So the numbers, or the map colors, could be a little more clear, I will say that. But overall, Age of History 3 is kind of a cool game. I won't lie, I actually really enjoyed watching this, and it runs really well. So if you guys want to see more, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You're going to miss out on a ton of content if you aren't. I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. I'll see you in the next one.